FraserMusic.com.
How's it going, guys? My name is Akande Davis, and I'm currently attending Full Sail University for the Recording Arts Bachelor's Program. This podcast is from my Advanced Sessions recording class, and I'm going to be going into one of my favorite producers by the name of Fraser Smith. Before I go into why I like him specifically, I'm just going to give you guys, some of the artists that he's worked with and a little bit of his history. Some artists that he's worked with most recently include Adele, James Morrison, CeeLo Green, Kyle Cruz, Craig David, and he's also done some work for Britney Spears as well. The reason that I like Fraser Smith so much is because if you listen to all the music that he produces, in most cases he's not only the producer, but he's also the writer for the song, and he typically mixes the track as well. He's really a workhorse when it comes to his craft, and he takes it really seriously, and I really admire that about him. Also, his arrangements can range from anywhere from pop music to really soulful arrangements. From some of Ty Cruz's productions, which are more poppy, and Britney Spears' song Scary, which is more like a pop sound, he can do things like that and make them sound great, and also go and do tracks like for CeeLo Green, like Cry Baby, and also Wildflower, which are more orchestral kind of ballad tracks that could be seen in musicals and things like that. I think that's really great, and to show that kind of versatility, especially in this industry, is something that, that only the top producers can really do. Either a producer will get stuck in a niche and they only produce like maybe pop music or hip hop or R&B or whatever may have you, and that'll become their thing. But it seems like Fraser Smith is capable of almost anything. To give you a little background on how he started out, at 6 years old he picked up a guitar and he fell in love. From the age 6 on, he was a guitarist, and that was his passion. When he was going to school, he actually dropped out of school just to pursue this passion for guitarists. He ended up attending the Guitar Institute in London and actually became a finalist on Guitarist of the Year. Shortly after that, he began going on tour with Craig David. And during this time frame, Craig David was also the first artist that he produced major records for. He produced records on Slicker Than Your Average and also Born to Do It. Most recently, he's been working with Kyle Cruz, and I think that Kyle Cruz is kind of like the new age Craig David in a sense, and you can definitely see that sound and that production translating into the newer age, into the newer genre. He's definitely carrying that same style and crafting Kyle Cruz's sound into something that's a little bit different and kind of molding him into an artist, with his records. Most recently, he's produced and written tracks for an artist by the name of Tinchy Stryder, which is a UK rap grime artist. Now, this is very cool to me because if you look at his resume, he's done a lot of very powerful vocal singers and vocalists, but now he's doing hip-hop as well, which is kind of awesome. Tinchy Stryder's album had 3 singles off of it, and Fraser Smith produced, co-wrote, and mixed those songs. So I mean, if you reference what I was talking about earlier as far as him being a workhorse, I think that really showcases there. His album Catch 22 ended up selling 87,000 copies the first week. It was number 2 in the UK, which I think is a really great accomplishment. In addition to that, he's also a slight philanthropist, and he produced a song called I Got Soul for this foundation, this charity called War Child. And what they do is they take children that have been taken away from their parents at a young age and forced into war in African countries, and kind of helping them reestablish their life and make something of themselves, even though that they've had this terrible childhood. And he did this song I Got Soul and had a bunch of different artists come in and sing on it, and it was a really great thing in the UK, and it's a really big movement. The reason that I like him so much, like I had been saying before, is just his ability to be able to adapt to any artist and kind of take his style and incorporate it into his production without overwhelming the production with his sound. The artist always sounds like they're supposed to sound. One of my favorite tracks produced by him is Cry Baby by CeeLo Green, and I feel like the track perfectly complements CeeLo Green. But then when I listen to one of Tinchy Stryder tracks, one of his singles, I feel like it perfectly complements him as well. And you have CeeLo Green, who is this soulful R&B, musical almost styled singer with a powerful vocal range, and then you have Tinchy Stryder, who's more about a fast, upbeat, grimy rap scene. And they both sound like they were produced by different people, but they weren't. They were produced by the same producer, Fraser Smith. And I think that's just pretty awesome, and I think that's something that I've been watching, and that's why he's become one of my favorite producers. I hope you guys enjoy my podcast. I hope it was informative, and yeah, go check him out. He's a great producer, got some great stuff, and I think you really enjoy it. So have a nice day, and thank you for watching.